Hi everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Christina. I'm going to be posting videos about makeup tutorials, products that I love, products I don't love, reviews on things, hair tutorials, fashion hauls, pretty much anything beauty related. For my first video, I really wanted to post something that I'm absolutely obsessed with and that I can't go a day without. And that would definitely be my highlight. As you can see, my highlight is super glowy today. It's on point. So I wanted to talk about those because I really just can't go a day without my highlights. So with that being said, I have a couple drugstore highlights and then I have a couple high-end highlights. So I'm going to start with the drugstore highlights. The first one being one of my absolute favorites. You couldn't even tell that it was drugstore. I think it retails for somewhere around $3.99 and you just can't beat it. I'm sure a lot of people know exactly what I'm going to be talking about, and that is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals. I believe that there's two shades in this line, and they just released two more shades, like a purplish and a pink highlight, but I'm not really into a lot of those. So this one, it seriously looks like you would spend $50 on this highlight, and it just goes such a long way. So it's like a really soft peach shade. It's just absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna do literally just a couple swipes. Look at that color intensity. That's just, can you see that? You can see that? Okay, good. It's absolutely beautiful. It's one of my favorite highlights, and like I said, you can't beat the price point, and the pan is so big. I had to order these online because my Walgreens was completely out of them, and for good reason, because it is absolutely stunning. So I ordered a couple backups because, I don't know, what if there's just like a shortage all of a sudden and I don't have any more and I need it? So I'm one of those. Sorry, I'm one of those that has to have backups. So that is one of my favorite drugstore. My second favorite drugstore highlight, and it's not really drugstore because I got it from Ulta, but it is in the drugstore section. And this is the Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in the shade Peach Lights. And it is a really soft champagne-y color. It does have a little bit of pink reflex in it, but I don't really notice the pink that much unless I put it on my actual cheek. And then the intensity is real. So a lot of people, if you can see that, it has a little bit of pink reflex in it, and it is a duochrome in my opinion, because when I hit certain, like if I'm outside in the sun or if I hit certain different lightings, it really picks up that pink, and it kind of shifts a little bit. It's really nice. In my opinion, I was kind of skeptical about these because, like I said, it is a baked highlighter, and if you've ever worked with any type of baked products, it kind of has this like crusty texture on the top, and it seems like you're not really getting a good color payoff. It seems kind of like, I don't know, dull and boring. But I can't remember who I was watching on YouTube, but it might have been Kathleen Lights, and I think she was reviewing these, and she talked about how you can scrape the top layer off. So I was like, okay, I mean, that's kind of strange, but it does make sense in a way because the top layer is like really crusty. So I scraped the top layer off, and it pretty much tripled the color payoff. I was astonished. So now for all of my baked highlighters, I'm just going to be scraping the tops off because it really does create such a high intensity. I haven't tried it on blushes. I wonder if it would work on baked blushes. That'll be something I'll have to try for you guys and then let you know my thoughts on that. Two more highlights that I want to talk about, which are also not from the drugstore. I did have to order these online, but they do have a drugstore price point. I think I paid maybe like $7.50 a piece for these. I believe that they were having a sale, and I think that's why. But these are the Luxi Beauty highlighters, and these come in pans just like this. So this is pretty much what the colors look like. The first is a lighter shade. It's more of a champagne color as opposed to this one, which is more of a gold. The champagne is called Mimosa, and the other shade is called Guilty Pleasure. And like I said, Guilty Pleasure is a little bit darker, so I kind of gravitated a little bit more towards Mimosa, but both of them, especially for the price point, you can't beat them. They don't come in a compact. I tried to look for the ones that come in a compact just because they're easier. I can just throw them in my bag and take them with me and touch up on my highlight whenever I want to. But these are only in the magnetic pans. Tis okay, we shall put in the pans for now. I put them in my Z palette, and I mean, my Z palette's pretty large. I probably should get a couple small ones, but so for now, those will sit in my Z palette, and I'll try to gravitate towards those whenever I have that out. So 2 other highlights that I'm absolutely obsessed with. I'm sure once I show you the brand, Anastasia, you're going to know exactly which one it is. The first one is my So Hollywood Illuminator. Are you kidding me? Look at that. That is so beautiful. So it's nice and gold. It's just, I don't know why. It's reflecting off onto my hands and making my hands look really funny. So it's just a beautiful gold. I absolutely love this for the summertime. It's super high intensity. I absolutely love it. I pretty much only really wear gold highlights when I'm a little bit on the tanner side. I don't really like to wear gold highlights. Kind of doesn't really sit well on my skin. My other favorite highlighter, this is the Mary Loumanizer from the Balm, and this is the first high-end highlighter that I ever had. And it is a very nice, light champagne-y color with a little bit of kind of like a white reflex in there, if that makes any sense, like white gold. It's super creamy, super buildable. It's one of the more natural highlights, I would say. I mean, no highlight is actually really natural unless you're using your natural highlight, but I would say it's more on the natural side if you're looking for something not so intense and things like that. The last 2 highlighter palettes that I want to talk about are highlighting palettes, like I just said. The first is the Smashbox Casey Holmes collab, and this is a Spotlight palette in Pearl. Shout out to Casey Holmes because you are my absolute favorite YouTuber, and I'm so proud of the product that you have launched. Look at that. That is so beautiful. You get 3 different shades, and you can pretty much just amplify them. You can build the coverage, you can mix a few together and get a different shade. You pretty much just customize your own highlight, which I think is really, really cool. The first is Turn It On Pearl, which I believe is the lightest shade. So this is Turn It On Pearl. Then we have Crank It Up Pearl. And then the final shade is called Blow a Fuse Pearl, which is the most intense. Love this stuff. Enough said. Love it, girl. Gotta have it. I don't know if it's sold out, but if you don't have it, you gotta have it. I don't have the gold one. I'll probably pick that one up more towards the summertime because, like I said, I like to wear gold highlights more towards summer. So one of my other favorite highlighting palettes is the Becca Jaclyn Hill collaboration palette. It also has 3 beautiful tones in it. As you can see, I've pretty much destroyed this. I've hit pan on Champagne Pop. Sorry, it's a little intense right now. I've hit pan on Champagne Pop, and I've also hit pan on Pearl, so I'll definitely have to repurchase the 2 of these once I'm done with it. I have not touched Blush Copper. I don't know, that just doesn't look appealing to me. I don't know, that would just like a muddy, sparkly mess. I can't. Champagne Pop is one of my favorite highlights. It's super peach, it's super beautiful, and it's super pigmented. And I also am obsessed with Pearl. Oh my good lord, can you see that? Obviously you can see that because if you didn't see that, you would actually be blind. It's the most beautiful white highlight. I like to use it as my brow bone and my inner corner highlight. It's so good. I don't know why they don't make this anymore. You should really bring this back because this is like the best thing ever, and I'm so sad I didn't get another one. I only got one. I gotta hold on to this baby, make this baby last. So I also quickly want to talk about a couple highlighting brushes that I use to apply my highlighter. I think the brushes I use are really, really important. So my first and my ride or die, my all-time favorite would definitely be the Morphe M510. It fits perfectly on the top of the cheekbones. It dispenses like a perfectly even amount of product. You can spray a little Fix Plus on there, then dip it into your highlight, make your highlight a little bit more intense if you're into that. I did do that a little bit today. Another alternative, which is pretty much like the same brush, this is the Morphe M501. It does have a little bit more of a tapered top. If you can see, it's a little bit more pointy on the other side. For inner corner highlight, I like to use the Morphe E36 brush. It fits right into the insides of my hollows just like that. Enough said. Sometimes I like to use my finger, but I mean, sometimes you can't use your finger for everything. And then I have 2 favorite fan brushes. The first is a Morphe M310, which is a synthetic fan brush. And you just plop in your highlight and just brush it over the top of your cheekbones just like that. Same thing with this one. This is a Morphe M601. I think I like the Morphe M310 a little bit better than this one, but this one is pretty much the same. This one just doesn't really keep its shape as well. As you can see, mine's kind of thick and bent and just all the different shapes because I've completely used this and beat it to death. those are my favorite brushes. Those are my favorite highlights. So thank you guys for watching. If you have any comments, any type of feedback, requests for videos, please leave those in the comment section down below. I really would love to hear your feedback. As you can see, this is a new channel for me, and I really just want to put out videos that I'm proud of, and I want to put out videos that make you guys excited to watch my channel. So let me know if you have any comments or requests or anything, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!